Sponsorship changes every day. So the very first thing we do is record billboards, as they call it. Dodger, time for Dodger baseball. And then you do a whole thing. It's brought to you by this and by that and by this and by that and by that. Then there's maybe drop-ins that are going to be dropped in. During the course of the game, we record those. After you do the billboards, we usually construct a tease. For instance, the Dodgers have won the game the night before. The pitcher pitched very well. Gary Sheffield hit a grand slam home run. And tonight, they're going to see Randy Johnson. So we talk it over after the previous game so that they're set for tonight. So we'll look at it, and we'll say, last night the Dodgers got off in the right direction. Gary Sheffield hit a grand slam home run. Chan-Ho Park pitched 8 strong innings, and there's a tape of him striking out somebody. But tonight, waiting in the Arizona dugout is Randy Johnson, and there's a close-up of Randy. That's put in the bank, and that goes on the air, as you know, when we finally hit the air. Then there's stand-up. Now what I've tried to do is absorb a few, not many, because I usually don't have that much time anyway, 45 seconds, maybe a minute top. So you absorb a couple of things, and you go on the air, and you try and get an angle. Welcome to Game 3. It's an interesting thing. They split the first 2 games. Randy Johnson looks like he's going to win tonight, but it's a David and Goliath kind of a thing. All right, so tonight, the 4th game, I might mention. Last night we said that was a big game for Johnson. Now it's a big game for Kevin Brown in order to get a halve in the 4 games, or whatever the angle is. And so it's from the absorption of the highlighted notes into your head and hopefully out of your mouth, and that's taped. Everything is taped because we're always under the gun. We don't want to get involved with the national anthem, commercials, what have you. This way, we have our own package, and when we hit the air, you'll see highlight film, you'll hear the billboards, you'll then see the tease. Last night, Gary Sheffield, and then suddenly I come on, hi, welcome, game number, whatever. Dodgers trying to do whatever, they're behind in 45 seconds. We might show the pitchers. We might say tonight, it's so-and-so versus so-and-so. And if there's a point about the 2 pitchers, maybe it's a rematch. Maybe they faced each other a month ago. Or maybe one pitcher has won 4 in a row. Maybe one pitcher has lost 4 in a row. But we try and get something in about the pitchers. And then we wind up by saying we'll be back with the starting lineups right after this. And then you sit down and we're ready to go. The preview, as I say, only lasts a few seconds. And if we don't like what we bad-libbed, we'll say, let's do it again. We ought to be able to do it better. Or I'll say, does anybody have any suggestions? Because sometimes that little opening tease, as we call it, is so short, you can't really use an entire declarative sentence. You know, it's hard sometimes.